Hi everyone, I thought we'll do a special edition video because today happens to be 2nd of April 2024. Naturally, it happens to be World Autism Awareness Day. It's a day that's been set aside, actually from the UN, believe it or not, within regards to a landmark day, within regards to awareness of people that might be on the spectrum. Remember, people might have very high functioning autism and people might have very low functioning autism. So it really ranges. And I'll just say off from the start because I do volunteer and help advise people that might have kids on the spectrum. First of all, every child is so special, and the unique characteristics is absolutely incredible which they had. And I want to concentrate on the Israeli army, the initiatives that they have made over many years within regards to this, and how people on the spectrum might have the most powerful tasks actually in the Israeli army itself. Without them, many of the people are some of the greatest people actually in the army, in intelligence units, because we know that people on the spectrum might be actual geniuses with regards to with their memory, with awareness. The visual awareness is absolutely incredible to spot differences in patterns, for example, and so many unique characteristics within regards to it. Actually, in the BBC itself, they published a video, I believe it was on the 1st of March in the year 2017. We're talking about just over 7 years ago, where the video was, I think, seen by millions. It actually stated inside the video, it's a 2.5-minute clip, how the Israeli army set sights on recruits with autism. This was there. I recommend everyone to actually watch this video itself. It's on the BBC website, published 7 years ago, and it states that how important they are within regards to many of the different units, how important it is with their analysis skills, for example, and so on and so forth. Also, just yesterday in the Jerusalem Post itself, they covered a huge article. 1st of April it was, yesterday 2024 at the time of recording, within regards to how, I'll say the title over, I'm just looking over it now. It's actually in the titles. It was by the Jerusalem Post staff, so it doesn't actually say who wrote it himself. But they did the article because, naturally, it's Awareness Day today. So it says IDF, I'll just quote the first few words of the paragraph, the first few sentences. IDF achieved an inclusivity milestone recently as the first round of autistic military recruits finished their army service. This is what the IDF reported on Monday. I'd assume this is this week, so this is yesterday we're talking about. The announcement comes the day before World Autism Awareness Day. So this is as of yesterday over here. The IDF's advanced program started in July of 2021. So we're talking about 2.5 years ago, just over 2.5 years ago, and was designed to integrate people. Someone of the name Ori Weiss, I don't know who he is. I'd like to speak to him. It would be great to speak to him, to hear from him. A young man with autism into the military. Into the actual military itself, which is, and he actually states himself that he wants to contribute as much as possible because the amount of skills that everyone's got, especially kids that might be on the spectrum itself, is second to none, invaluable, absolutely. And they say, I think that this advanced program is 2 years and 8 months. I think it is around there. There was 52 young men and women who are on the autism spectrum that actually arrived at the IDF induction center at that point in time, back in July 2021. And many of the people did it. And he actually says, Ori Weiss says himself, that upon completing his training, he was assigned to Unit 339 in the Air Force as a photographer before transitioning to being a sound engineer. And it said that this was his dream inside the article over here. And how we can celebrate our army, how amazing actually it is, how, use these skills people have. Thank God so many people on the spectrum are so widely skilled in so many different areas, how they incorporate it. And these are integral parts of the army, the highest parts of the army itself. And I just want to say a few words on it because I do volunteer time. I do help people. I do help advise people that might classify themselves on the spectrum, might have been diagnosed on the spectrum. Just a few tips within regard to it. First of all, key things. If you see at the age, I've just put my phone down here, just so that I will, I don't have to hold it the whole time because I'm just inside one of the kids' rooms. There's naturally, if one notices, maybe might notice that a kid is on the spectrum, especially at a young age, it's good to obviously do a diagnosis, to do a checking, to speak to the local kupa of whichever. I'm talking about here. This is a video for people that are in Israel. It could be people might be watching this all across the world. If you notice, there might be different things. By the way, someone might be on the spectrum if they can read fluently at the age of 3. Very, very common. Because sometimes you could have, even in a regular class, by the way, they say 30% of kids that might be on the spectrum could actually integrate into a full-time regular class in a full-time school. Obviously, they will be, potentially some of them, the cleverest in the class also, because they can pick things up much, much quicker than, let's just say, an average person inside the class. But if you might suspect something, for one reason or another, that maybe there's learning difficulties, it could come in the form of social difficulties, always get tested. Test the child out, because then in many of the countries, especially in Israel, one will be entitled to many, let's say, activities, extra activities each week, which can help with the tikshoret, within regards to language development, within regards to so many different specific areas. I'm talking more about high-functioning autism here. Over there, every single case is totally different. So there is that option. So it's absolutely excellent. Some of the, let's just say, the tipulim, the social activity groups that the kids can go on, and there's so much capability, especially at a young age. Many of these kids, they might enjoy something that someone else might not necessarily enjoy. It's really, really enjoyable for them, and at the same time, the brain is actually genius in many of the cases over here. Like I help out here in more of the ultra-Orthodox community over here, and some of the kids, when it comes to learning, let's say, texts within regards to Torah texts, Mishnayot, and all of that, it's absolutely incredible. The way they memorize it, they compact it, how they use it, it's actually incredible. I know someone just locally, he goes to, for example, on the Shabbat in the synagogue, there's Tehillim groups, he goes to 3-4 of them, he knows it all off by heart. He will actually, in the Torah reading on Shabbat itself, he would actually sit down and keep his finger on the place. He will actually notice, this kid is only nearly 8 years old, he'll notice when the person that is the Chazan, the Shliach HaTzibur, the cantor, actually makes a mistake. He will actually pick it up straight away within these things. There's so much capabilities, because really, they've got the world at their feet. Many of these cases, many of these incredible children, many adults over there, where they can pick things up, and it's reported over widely. Many celebrities are on the spectrum, especially in very, very many websites. You would see that Lionel Messi, for example, probably arguably the greatest football player ever, Argentina World Cup winner in 2022. Many places say, I don't know if it was proven or anything, that he's on the spectrum, just as an example. I think Robbie Williams, one of the most famous singers across the world, he was obviously part to Take That and all of that. He actually says he wasn't diagnosed with it, but he said, I think in one of the media reports, he was interviewed a few years ago, he said he highly suspects that he has it. Other celebrities came out that they said they've got it, and they were they're prominent news presenters. Elon Musk, he actually said, I think he came out to say in 2018 that he's got Asperger's also, which is classified as high functioning autism. But how the Israeli army has used their initiatives to actually integrate many of the people that might be classified on the spectrum itself, how much it bolsters the army, how much it improves the Israeli army, how much it benefits the army, benefits the entire society, is absolutely incredible. And one shouldn't. Obviously, one might be worried if they might discover maybe the child might be on the spectrum, whatever form, whether they're on the very high functioning side or on the low functioning side at the end. It's a great challenge for many of the parents over here. You're going to end up having to spend a lot of time. If you're a part of a big family, you've got many other children, how you need to tell the other kids, to integrate them in, to help them in. But there's so many ways, and developing the children that are on the spectrum, they can end up becoming the greatest people. They could end up with big families also. They could get married, successful marriages. So much potential within. Some people might say, we've got a long road ahead of us. This is going to be a job, ahead of us over here. But it's a challenge People have been put in that place as parents, and it can make those kids the greatest in the world potentially. They've got such great potential, and it can really become great. But it will be a challenge if someone discovers at a young age. So it could be someone's a teenager, and the parents might think maybe he might be on the spectrum because of social issues, maybe different other issues. So then you can get the kid or the teenager all the help they need, because they can still become absolutely great, in nurturing all their skills, because they've got skills. They've got enjoyment at the end of the day. Everyone enjoys different things. So people on the spectrum in general might enjoy, have hobbies, which is really, really important for them. And they are important hobbies for those people over there. It really gives enjoyment, and it's absolutely essential. So everyone's got different interests, but we've got the power at the end. It's Autism Awareness Day. So if one might suspect maybe there could be social issues, or there could be things, you could obviously check out the other things, give the resources. And remember, the brains that some of these children have is absolutely incredible. Give them intelligent games to do, thought-provoking games to do. They can do so much can be achieved, and stuff, and keep in many cases busy, but in thought-productive ways, because there's so much potential out there within regards to this. And like the IDF, I'll just conclude over here. I think the IDF website itself actually set over, I'm not too sure if this was in 2015 or in 2022. This was, I'll say, one of the IDF's most unique intelligence teams, the group within Unit 9900 over here. This is what it says over here. And I'll say the title over here. It's on the IDF website, idf.il. The IDF is a multifaceted body with various units and teams that are highly classified and specialized. One such example is a team within the Intelligence Corps, Unit 9900. The soldiers that serve in the unique Ro'im Rachok RR program, Hebrew for Far Beyond Horizons. The soldiers are some of the IDF's most valued, and each and every one of them is on the autism spectrum over here. This is on the IDF website itself over here. So they actually say the members are all on the autism spectrum and are gifted with an incredible ability to analyze, interpret, and understand satellite images and maps. Their work helps greatly in protecting Israel's population, and the unit itself is unlike any other in the IDF. And they actually say, I'll just conclude over here, on World Autism Awareness Day, we celebrate their outstanding work and try to better understand the people behind the uniform and what makes them one of the most typical yet extraordinary soldiers defending our country over here. It's actually a long article. I'm not going to read it now, but we're over here. It's Autism Awareness Day, so please share this video to everyone wherever you're going to be watching this from, and let's all achieve greatness. And please, I hope this was informative over here. I'm just using some of the, because I volunteer quite a bit, so I do see people, and I have researched a lot about it. So yeah, I did another video a year ago on Autism Awareness Day, so please check that out. And wishing you all a great day, and just blessings here from Israel. Take care. Have a great day, guys.